Judah slept with his daughter-in-law, and their son ended up in the family tree of Jesus. How is this even possible? This is one of the Bible's most scandalous, shocking, and uncomfortable stories. So why didn't God just erase it? Why is this story of deception, hypocrisy, and a forbidden night so critical to the lineage of the Savior? Prepare to have your mind blown. We are going to break down this twisted story step by step to uncover a powerful truth you might have missed. It all starts with a broken promise. Judah had 3 sons. The oldest married a woman named Tamar, but was wicked, and God struck him down, leaving Tamar a childless widow. According to ancient law, the next brother Onan was supposed to give Tamar a child to carry on his brother's name, but Onan refused. He selfishly cheated Tamar out of her right, and for his wickedness, God struck him down too. Now, Judah was terrified. He thought Tamar was cursed. He looked at his youngest son Shelah and told Tamar, "Go back to your father's house until my son grows up." But this was a lie. Judah never intended to give his last son to her. He was protecting his own family line at her expense, leaving her an illegal and social nightmare, a widow with no future, no inheritance, and no justice. Years passed, Shelah grew up, but Judah's promise remained broken. Tamar saw that she had been cast aside, abandoned by the very family that was supposed to protect her. So she took matters into her own hands. She disguised herself as a prostitute and sat by the road where she knew Judah, her father-in-law, would pass. Judah, whose own wife had recently died, saw her and, not recognizing her, propositioned her. For payment, he promised to send a young goat. But Tamar was smart. She said, "What will you give me as a pledge until you send it?" Judah offered his signet, his cord, and his staff, essentially his ID, his signature, and his authority. He handed over his entire identity for one night of pleasure, and that night, Tamar conceived. Later, when Judah sent his friend to pay the prostitute and retrieve his pledge, she was nowhere to be found. 3 months later, word got back to Judah. "Your daughter-in-law Tamar is guilty of prostitution, and she is pregnant." Judah, filled with self-righteous anger, declared, "Bring her out and let her be burned." He was ready to execute her for the very sin he himself had committed. But here comes a turning point. As they dragged Tamar out, she sent a message to Judah. She held up the signet, the cord, and the staff, and said, "I am pregnant by the man who owns these. See if you recognize them." The blood must have drained from Judah's face. He was trapped. The evidence was undeniable. His hypocrisy was exposed for everyone to see. In that moment of crushing shame, Judah confessed, "She is more righteous than I, since I wouldn't give her to my son Shelah." Tamar gave birth to twin boys, Perez and Zerah, and here's the most stunning part. It was Perez who entered the official lineage of King David, and ultimately, of Jesus Christ. So what does this all mean? God didn't endorse the deception. Instead, he used this messy, broken situation to expose hypocrisy and bring about his perfect plan. God turned a story of injustice into a story of redemption, proving that he can use even our darkest moments and most flawed ancestors to bring forth his light.